Well, this Friday, young professionals will trade the comfort of their homes and experience what it's like to be homeless for one night. It's part of the Covenant House Sleep Out, which takes place in several cities across the country, including here in New York and in Newark, New Jersey. Here to tell us more about the Sleep Out is Ashley Crawford and Rebecca Gray. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having us.
So now when people think about the homeless, often they think of adults, but really this affects millions of children. So explain the mission of Covenant House for those who may not be familiar.
Absolutely. So Covenant House saves homeless and trafficked teenagers. This year alone in New York and New Jersey, Covenant House will see over 4,000 young people that are in need of our services. These are young people who are victims of abuse, neglect, domestic violence, parental abandonment, possible sex trafficking, even experiencing nights on the streets. And so our job at Covenant House is to meet a youth where they're at and to do whatever we need to do in order to have them live healthy, happy, productive, independent lives.
Now, how did the Sleep Out get... Oh, sorry to interrupt.
Oh, I was just going to say, and how we do that actually is providing basic needs, not only basic needs, food, shelter, clothing, but also educational services. So helping a young person get their high school diploma, apply for college, employment opportunities, helping a young person get their first job, and not only get that first job, but learn the skills needed in order to keep that job. And also health care, so not only physical health, but also mental health. So we have counselors that work one-on-one with our kids throughout the time that they're with us at Covenant House. So we're really providing a holistic approach to meet our kids where they're at to get them to independence.
And how did the Sleep Out begin? How did this all start?
So the Sleep Out started actually, it's a really exciting movement, started 5 years ago here in New York City by a group of business leaders who really wanted to do something big and exciting to help Covenant House, and they understood that this is an issue, youth homelessness, that an organization can't do alone. We really do need help, and we need help from the community. So they started it 5 years ago, and this Friday, March 18th, we have a group of young professionals, 250 here in New York. We have another 100 in Newark, New Jersey, that are going to be sleeping out for our kids, not only to bring awareness to this issue of youth homelessness, but also they've raised a tremendous amount of significant funds to help us keep our doors open and our services going.
And each location each year has a specific goal. Where's the location this year here in New York City?
So the Sleep Out will take place at a Covenant House. And our goal for this year is $400,000. We actually have passed that goal, so we are hoping to raise significantly more money over the next week or so.
That's wonderful. And people who participate, you know, what are they given? What does the Sleep Out involve? What are they sleeping on?
Sure. So every year, the Sleep Out involves getting a sleeping bag and a cardboard box. It takes place in the parking lot of Covenant House, and we spend the night outside. At the beginning of the event, we do hear from young people that are living at Covenant House and hear the success stories that happen when a young person is loved and accepted and given the tools to be empowered to be able to move forward in their lives.
And how did you both get involved with this?
So I got involved 6 years ago, just because the mission drew me there, and so I've been at Covenant House working there for over 6 years. Rebecca's a volunteer at Covenant House, and got involved about 3 years ago. This will be the 4th annual Young Professional Sleep Out, and Rebecca has participated in 3 of them.
That's wonderful. And there's another event taking place coming up as well? Besides, in addition to the Sleep Out?
There's actually, well, there's the Sleep Out happening on Friday, and we have a group of people that are actually going to be sleeping out on Friday and then running the half marathon on Sunday. That's the Covenant House Challenge. They've gone above and beyond for our kids this year.
And what are you hoping people take away from this experience?
So I hope that they take away that when a person is trying to reach a goal or make the next step, that everyone at a specific time in their life will need support from friends and family or from different communities that they may have never been a part of before. So I hope that everyone realizes that we are not that different than the homeless youth, and we will all need help at some point in our lives, and inspire people to reach out to those in need in their communities.
And is there still time for people to sign up if they haven't already?
Absolutely. Yes, they can register at ypsleepout.org, and if they can't sleep out this year and they'd like to just support the cause, you can also donate at ypsleepout.org.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having us.
All right.